It's just past 5 p.m. across India. Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Global. We'll get you top stories from India and the region. I am Tanvi Taneja, and for news from the rest of the world, I'm joined by my colleague in Paris today, Ollie Barrett. Bonjour, Ollie.
Salut, Tanvi. It's just gone 1:30 p.m. here in Paris. Coming up in the next half an hour, we'll look at Ukrainian Easter eggs, we'll get the latest from India's elections, and the UK starts detaining migrants to be sent to Rwanda. First, the headlines.
Campaigning for the third phase of India's parliamentary election intensifies. 93 seats up for grabs. Polling to be held in this phase on May the 7th. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken meets Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu in Tel Aviv. Families of hostages call on the US to pressure both Israel and Hamas to reach a truce deal. And the UK sends first asylum seeker to Rwanda under the voluntary deportation scheme. So up first, news from West Asia. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken pushed for more aid into Gaza as he met Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Tel Aviv. This is Antony Blinken's 7th trip to West Asia since Hamas attacked Israel on 7th October last year. Blinken is now set to visit Israel's Ashdod port, which recently started receiving aid for Gaza. Earlier, he called on Israeli President Isaac Herzog. The US Secretary of State urged Hamas to agree to a ceasefire and hostage release deal.
Even in these very difficult times, we're determined to get a ceasefire that brings the hostages home and to get it now. And the only reason that wouldn't be achieved is because of Hamas. There is a proposal on the table, and as we've said, no delays, no excuses. The time is now, and the time is now long past due to bring the hostages home to their families.
Thanking the United States for its support, Israeli President Isaac Herzog said that the release of hostages should be the international community's utmost priority.
Moral clarity in what you've said regarding the initiation of this terrible situation, the war that was waged upon us, the atrocities, as well as, of course, the plight of the hostages. We yearn for the immediate return of the hostages. It is and should be the top priority of the international community. I think there should be a unanimous decision of the international community that the freeing the hostages is an utmost priority.
Meanwhile, Antony Blinken met Israeli protesters who have been demanding the release of their relatives who are being held hostage by Hamas. He told them that the US is determined to bring back them.
I just wanted to tell you, I just had an opportunity to meet with some of the families of some of the hostages, as I have on every visit to Israel. And of course, President Biden has done, some of my colleagues have done. And I just wanted to share with you what I just shared with them. Bringing your loved ones home is at the heart of everything we're trying to do. And we will not rest until everyone, man, woman, soldier, civilian, young, old, is back home. There is a very strong proposal on the table right now. Hamas needs to say yes and needs to get this done. That is our determination, and we will not rest, we will not stop until you're reunited with your loved ones. So please keep strong, keep the faith. We will be with you every single day until we get this done.
So DD India's Sarah Coates joins us live from Tel Aviv now. Sarah, what's the latest on Blinken's meet with Netanyahu?
Hello there, Tanvi. Excuse me. We do understand that Blinken is still in Jerusalem. No word yet as to exactly what came out of that meeting with the Israeli Prime Minister, but there was certainly a lot for these two to discuss. One of those, of course, including this hostage and ceasefire proposal that is now on the table. Also, this operation down into Rafah. And finally, getting more aid into the Gaza Strip. Now, we can report that after these meetings that Netanyahu and Blinken are holding right now in Jerusalem, that he will then travel to the south. He'll be at the Erez crossing, which is one of these main points to get aid into the Gaza Strip, and he'll also visit the Ashdod port, and this is where these maritime shipments have actually been coming in, getting on a truck and then going into Gaza. Now, at this hour, we do know that there are a number of people protesting down at the Ashdod port. What they're doing is that they are blocking trucks bound for Gaza, saying that no aid should get in while these Israeli hostages remain there. Now, there was one other meeting a little earlier, and this was Blinken meeting with some hostage families in Jerusalem, and we do know what came out of that. He conveyed careful optimism to these families that a deal will be done to bring their loved ones home.
Pressure clearly building up. Thank you, Sarah, for those updates. Now, the repercussions of the conflict in West Asia are also being felt at different university campuses in the United States. My colleague Ollie Barrett is stationed in Paris today. He takes it forward from me here and gives us more on this and other stories around the world. Ollie, an outpouring of student activism in the United States.
Yes, Tanvi, there has been chaos at several US campuses where student-led pro-Palestine protests have been taking place, as you say. Police entered the University of California in Los Angeles after clashes broke out between pro-Palestinian protesters and a group of counter-demonstrators there. In New York City, police arrested dozens of pro-Palestinian demonstrators at Columbia University and City College as well. Police personnel wearing riot gear removed protesters from Columbia University's Hamilton Hall, which was a stronghold of those demonstrations. The university is urging police to stay on campus until May the 17th to maintain order there. Next to the UK, where in a first, a migrant whose asylum application had been rejected by the UK has been sent to Rwanda under a voluntary scheme. Under this voluntary programme, the government will pay around $3,700 to each asylum seeker that agrees to the move. Separately, the UK Home Office has also started detentions of asylum seekers that it plans to send to Rwanda as part of its compulsory deportation programme, for which it recently passed new legislation. UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has said that flights to Rwanda under that controversial programme should begin in July. The opposition Labour Party says the plan, which is due to see thousands of asylum seekers sent to Rwanda this year to have their claims processed there, is unworkable and a gimmick. Meanwhile, Irish police have started dismantling around 200 tents housing asylum seekers in Dublin to deal with rising migration. Ireland has been struggling to accommodate large numbers of refugees while also facing a domestic housing shortage. Prime Minister Simon Harris says people will not be allowed to return to the camp once it has been cleared. 6 people were also arrested last week after a standoff with police intended to house asylum seekers. As Russia continues its ground operations in Ukraine, Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu is ordering additional weapons. Shoigu says more and swifter delivery of arms will help to maintain the required pace of Russian operations. Kiev, meanwhile, has been facing a shortage of weapons and is afraid of losing more ground if the West doesn't deliver more munitions more quickly. And on the ground, Russia on Wednesday claimed to have hit headquarters of the Ukraine Army Southern Grouping. Russia's defense ministry says the attack was carried out jointly by the Air Force, missiles and artillery. Elsewhere, at least 3 people were killed and several others injured in a Russian attack on Ukraine's Odessa city. The attack damaged civilian infrastructure. The Odessa mayor posted videos on X showing damage to residential buildings and urged residents to move to safe places. In an attempt to support Ukraine's bid to add Pisanka art in UNESCO's world list of intangible cultural heritage elements, people have been gathering in Kiev to paint traditional Easter eggs. A Pisanka is a Ukrainian Easter egg decorated using beeswax and dyes. And with that, I'll hand back to my excellent colleague Tanvi in New Delhi.
Thank you very much, Ollie Barrett, joining us from the stunning view of Paris there, still to come on DD India Global. South Korea holds talks on joining a part of the AUKUS defense deal among the US, the UK and Australia. Workers across the globe rally for improved labour rights on International Labour Day today.
Team Poll Pulse has reached Ahmedabad. Gujarat is BJP's bastion, home turf of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. All eyes are on whether the BJP can have a hat-trick in 2024.
It will be much better when अगर हमें जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटी अहमदाबाद में ही मिल जाए.
हम लेडीज़ है तो हम कभी भी रात को 12 बजे भी अगर जॉब के हिसाब से घर जाए तो हमको लगना चाहिए कि नहीं हम पूरे सेफ कंट्री में रह रहे हैं.
Join us as we track the pulse of Indian democracy.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Global. I am Tanvi Taneja. Up next, we get you the latest on the third phase of India's elections. So campaigning has intensified for the third phase of India's Lok Sabha elections on May the 7th. 93 seats will go to polls in this phase. Senior BJP leader and India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a public meeting in Banaskantha district of Gujarat today. Senior BJP leader and Home Minister Amit Shah held a public meeting in India's central state of Chhattisgarh. Addressing the meet, he said BJP is committed to keep Naxalism under check in the state. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge will be in Karnataka today, where he will hold a public meeting. India's Congress National General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra held a public meeting in Assam's Dhubri town. Addressing the meet, she stressed that priority of the Congress governments in states is development for all. Samajwadi Party Chief Akhilesh Yadav also addressed a public meeting in Jaswant Nagar of Etawah district in support of the Mainpuri Lok Sabha candidate Dimple Yadav. And the nomination process for the sixth phase of India's elections commenced on Monday. 57 constituencies, including 7 in the national capital of New Delhi, will go to polls on 25th of May. BJP candidate from East Delhi, Harsh Malhotra, filed his nomination in the presence of Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami on Wednesday. BJP candidate from Northeast Delhi, Manoj Tiwari, also filed his nomination papers today. Furthermore, BJP candidate from Ladakh Lok Sabha constituency, Tashe Gyalsan, filed his nomination for India's elections 2024. 14 out of 80 seats of Uttar Pradesh will witness polling in the 6th phase. BJP candidate Menaka Gandhi filed her nomination papers from Sultanpur on Wednesday. On to India's northeast. Recently, Assam achieved a significant milestone in safeguarding its cultural legacy with the prestigious Geographical Indication or GI tags honouring 19 traditional products, including 13 deep-rooted in the heritage of the Bodo community. As the people of Kokrajhar gear up to exercise their franchise, the community's dedication to preserving their culture through GI tags resonates across the state and beyond. DD India's Tapas Bhattacharya reports.
Known for its sprawling tea gardens, diverse wildlife sanctuaries and lively festivals, Assam recently achieved a significant milestone in preserving its cultural legacy. 19 traditional products and crafts from Assam have been honored with the prestigious Geographical Indication tag, a recognition of their unique origin and exceptional quality. 13 of these GI tag items are deeply rooted in the heritage of the Bodo community, the largest tribal group in Assam.
Bodo culture is unique and this culture is practiced by the Bodo society since time immemorial. And in some history, it is mentioned that since last 4,000 years, Bodo culture is visible in this part of the country. Bodo culture and tradition is always unique. That's why now Bodo culture, so many items got the GI tagging, and also it is now popularly known by the people of India and the globe.
From the rhythmic beats of Jotha to the intricate weaving of the Iri silk, each item reflects centuries of craftsmanship and cultural significance.
So we are proud of our culture. Bagurumba is the main our dance, which our ladies they perfume with colorful dresses, and also we have Kherai and many different cultural items. Now Bodo culture is already protected after getting the GI tagging.
On 7th of May, the people of Kokrajhar will exercise their democratic right as they head to the polls. The community would like not to just preserve their culture through GI tags, but also supporting artisans, weavers and craftsmen across Assam. These GI tagged items showcases the rich tapestry of Assam's heritage, captivating the audiences worldwide with their charm and uniqueness. As Assam continues to preserve its cultural heritage, these GI tagged items stand as a testament to the state's rich legacy and unwavering spirit. They bridge the past with the present, weaving together tradition, innovation and pride. With camera person Naveen, this is Tapas Bhattacharya for DD India from Assam.
In Karnataka's Shimoga, people are witnessing star power in the elections like never before. The constituency carries a VIP tag as it was represented by former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa and his family for the past many years. And prior to that, it was Congress Chief Minister S. Bangarappa's seat. Now, the generation next of both these leaders are pitted against each other. Campaigning alongside them are the film stars of the Kannada film industry. Our correspondent Ravi Dhiman takes a look.
Shimoga Lok Sabha seat in Karnataka is witnessing a clash of stars in the electoral battle. In fact, it is turning out to be a multi-starrer blockbuster as far as the candidates and their glamour quotient is concerned. A pocket war of the BJP for the past many poll battles, this time around, the seat is generating a keen interest statewide. Sitting MP B.S. Raghavendra, son of former Chief Minister and tallest BJP leader of the state, B.S. Yediyurappa, is pitted against Geeta Shivrajkumar. Geeta is daughter of another Shimoga leader and former state CM S. Bangarappa. Her another claim to fame is that she is daughter-in-law of one of the most revered film stars of the Kannada cinema, Dr. Rajkumar. Her husband Shivraj Kumar is also a hugely successful film actor. Her brother S. Madhu Bangarappa, who is canvassing for her in the constituency, is also a movie star and a minister in the state government.
When I see them, I feel very happy because they are so happy to see us there, and so they hold our hands and they hug him, and the women and even everybody, even the kids come there to see us. So it makes me very happy there.
We should not think as a superstar and go and ask for the vote. We should be a human first, because they connect with the films, and they like one of my program in the TV, so they get connected with that. But apart from that, there's one thing called human nature in that, where instantly they get attached to that feeling.
Faced with a carpet bombing of sorts by the husband and brother of the Congress candidate, the BJP nominee has also brought in many sandalwood stars to campaign for him. Stars like Tara joined the campaign and have extensively travelled in the area. B.S. Raghavendra doesn't think that star power is going to be a serious challenge for him to retain his family pocket borrow.
Sir, very good. The campaign is going on. We are lucky because respected PMs have visited our constituency. They bless the Karyakartas and motivate the Karyakartas to doing the election. Voters also curious to see the film actors, but it is not converted to as a vote.
In effect, the voters of Shimoga are witnessing a blockbuster show unveil itself in real time in these elections. The real candidates are fighting for the votes, and the stars following them are fighting for the attention of these voters. Shimoga goes to poll on 7th of May.
Shimoga has been a VIP seat in Karnataka for long, but during these elections, it is having an extended affair with stardom too. And the people here aren't complaining at all, because not every day the silver screen stars of Kannada cinema come to their doorsteps seeking their cooperation, and that too from both the major political parties. With camera person Mor Mukut Sharma, Ravi Dhiman, DD India in Shimoga.
And continuing with India's election coverage, a slump in voter turnout witnessed in the first two phases of the election is being attributed to a multitude of factors such as harvest season, heat wave, migration, vacation and a lengthy voting season. DD India's Amritpal Singh and Gautam Roy spoke to voters in different parts of the country to understand what contributed to the low voter turnout.
The 2024 Lok Sabha election is taking place in 7 phases, spanning 43 summer days. It's already May and there are 5 more phases to go, with the last one on June 1st. Mid-May to mid-June see searing heat and are the worst summer days in most parts of the country. The first phase on April 19th and the second one on April 26th showed a dip in voter turnout. Intense heat wave in most places where polling took place is being attributed as one of the reasons that contributed to the slump. The other factors being migration, especially from rural areas to cities, the harvest season, urban apathy, vacation season, and typically lengthy voting season. The voter turnout in Phase 1 was 66.14%, while Phase 2 saw a turnout of 66.71%. In 2019, the turnout for the seats that went to polls in Phase 1 was 69.4%, and those in Phase 2 was 69.2%.
While there are multiple reasons for the dip in voter turnout, but people here in rural India say, apart from the sweltering heat, migration is a key reason for the low voter turnout. They say that the youth have migrated to the cities because there are less job opportunities here and they do not wish to come back for one day to cast their vote.
Migration is one of the biggest reasons for low voter turnout. Here in the village, the youth or even those aged 35 to 40 who are living outside for jobs, they don't prefer to travel just for one day.
Due to extreme heat, people tend to vote less in the Lok Sabha election.
Maybe one of the reasons of not coming out to vote in this voting period, this may be one of the reason of the heat waves caused by this climate radiative forcer species as well as this El Nino impact.
In West Bengal's Murshidabad, which goes to polls on the 7th of May in third phase of the elections, farmers are in the fields. It's paddy harvesting time, and though the farmers and workers are busy cutting the crop and taking it to procurement centers, they say they won't miss out on voting.
I will finish my work first and then around 10-11 am, I will go and cast my ballot.
Everyone will go and vote. Marriage and other work won't get in the way. We will all vote.
Clearly, the spirit of democracy thrives in Bengal's hinterlands.
There is no dearth of reasons or excuses to not step out and vote. But there are people, and in large numbers, who say no matter how busy they are, they will exercise their franchise come polling day. With Amrapal Singh in Eta, Uttar Pradesh, Gautam Roy, Murshidabad, West Bengal for DD India.
So after feeling India's poll pulse, we now take a look at what else is happening around the world. South Korea has held talks on joining a part of the AUKUS defense deal among the US, the UK and Australia. Only weeks after partnership's members said that they would hold talks on Japan's entry. South Korea said that it was discussing the possibility of partnering with AUKUS's Pillar 2, which focuses on sharing military technology. Formed in 2021, AUKUS is seen as an effort to China's growing influence in the Indo-Pacific. Exploring various facets of colonialism and reality, the 60th edition of Venice's International Art Biennial kicked off in April. Curated by a Brazil national, Adriano Pedrosa, its theme is Foreigners Everywhere. The exhibition showcases 86 national pavilions. It will come to a close on November 24th. International Labour Day is being observed globally with renewed focus on ensuring safety and health at work amidst a changing climate. The island nation of Sri Lanka observed the day with rallies and demonstrations. 14 parades and about 40 events were planned and hosted across the country. President Ranil Wickremesinghe delivered his May Day message, asking all parties to come together and collaborate in paving the way towards a prosperous future for the nation. And with temperatures soaring, tourists are flocking to holiday destinations in Vietnam that have a cooler weather and a unique landscape. These places offer various events and activities, including the International Hot Air Balloon Festival, discovery tours, resort tourism, and a chance to enjoy local cuisine as well. So with those scenic views from Vietnam, we wind up this edition of DD India Global. Do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can connect with us for all the latest news and updates on our different social media handles and of course on our DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. You can scan the QR code on the screen to download now. So we will be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I am Tanvi Taneja. From all of us here in New Delhi, thank you for watching. Namaskar.